What is good, yo? It's your boy Ty back here with another video, and in this video today, guys, we're gonna be talking about the problem with endgame cards in my team and the problem with the last couple of drops that we have been getting in my team in general. Now, before we dive into that specifically, guys, if you are new to the channel, man, make sure to smash that subscribe button. So we're on the road towards 100,000 subscribers. So I'm going to start off today by saying, do you guys remember the season rewind players that we got last year? Okay, in which we saw, I think it was every Tuesday we'd get, 10, 11, 12 players from that last season and just giving them dark matters. Now, I love that idea. Now, I don't know if 2K has to move that to a Monday drop, if they have to move that to a Wednesday drop, or what they have to do. But we need those players in my team. Because if 2K continues this of just dropping endgame cards, we've only got, 4 weeks left of my team? That leaves us, 8 players? I mean, that's not enough margins for what we want. And so that's kind of my whole thought process behind it. I get it, what 2K is trying to do, but again, it just does not leave that much margin for error. 16 more players in the next 4 weeks, that's fine for endgame cards, but we need more cards in general. Another problem with the endgame players specifically is there's no variety at all. Okay, and right now it's basically the Steph Curry base, set shot 25, or jump shot 3. And some people get the Ray Allen base, which is fine. But, I mean, look, guys, what about giving somebody the Richard Jefferson release? I would be perfectly okay with that. I like the Richard Jefferson release. I think the Richard Jefferson release is very good and would be a fun kind of twist. I mean, if somebody got an RJ release that did play the shooting guard small forward position, I think that would be fire in general. I can go over a ton of players that have good releases that didn't need them to be changed. For example, LaMelo Ball. His release doesn't need to be changed at all. It never needed to be changed. It is a really good and solid release in my team. I get change in some releases, but not everybody's release needs to be jump shot 3 or set shot 25. There's just no variety in the game at all. And the same thing goes for dribble sigs. I mean, I would love a card that is an endgame card that has similar dribble sigs to what Joe Johnson has. I love dribbling with Joe Johnson. He has the Kemba Walker dribble sigs. He does have the Kemba Walker size up escape. And I go and look at it, and no endgame card has that. Not everybody wants the Trey escape. Not everybody wants the Steph Curry, Steph Curry size of escape. They have to add kind of different variety in things. For example, when we get an endgame Kawhi, if they change his release, I'm going to be so frustrated. His release is already perfect for a small forward. It does not need change. It doesn't. And so that's what I hope 2K can start to do, and they kind of already ruined it by giving everybody such good releases in general. I mean, that's what they said, everybody was going to have the best release in the game, but I just think they're kind of overdoing it a little bit too much. Now, for me specifically, being a Timberwolves fan, it would be a real shame. It would be a real shame that an all-NBA center got this many cards in 2K. It would be a real shame. It really would. We look at Cat's cards. Dynamic ratings, that doesn't count. He got an all-star three-point shooting card. Is that it? Is that the only Karl Anthony Towns we've seen? And then the limited edition card. I mean, and they basically came out at the exact same time. That's a shame, 2K. That is a shame. Why is an all-NBA center only getting this? A new addition to the Minnesota Timberwolves. Rudy Gobert, another guy. Where are these cards at, 2K? This is the problem I have with dropping all these endgame cards. We've seen, one Rudy Gobert card all year long? I mean, this is sad. And I'm not saying this to slander 2K, because I don't mind what they're doing with endgame cards. But if this is the way they're going to keep it going, where every Tuesday and Friday we get 2 endgame cards, they've got to filter in some of these, it can be a different name, but some of these season rewind type of players. And they have to. Because I could go team by team and talk about, who I feel like deserved a card that we never got for the Bulls. Let's look at the Vucevic cards in my team. There's not very many of them. Let's look at, obviously, Lonzo's a little bit different. But even for the Cleveland Cavaliers, Darius Garland, how many cards has he gotten? How many cards has Jared Allen gotten? The list goes on and on. Julius Randle. RJ's gotten a few cards, but Kemba Walker obviously is kind of washed. But we could go on and on for every team that, didn't necessarily make the finals, that cards we'd like to see that we just don't get. I just feel like this is the problem with the end game cards and the end game drops. First of all, it feels like every card is the exact same, right? And for me doing gameplays, there are differences. So like with the Yao, endgame Yao is different than endgame Shaq. They're going to move differently. But there's no variety in it. I would love doing a gameplay with a Karl-Anthony Towns with Exum base, for example, which is a different release, but it's a good release. Or a cat with Chet Holmgren's base. Not everybody needs set shot 25, although I would love that on Karl-Anthony Towns. It just needs some variety. So the next point guard we get, let's say, I'm just going to throw out a name for you guys. Let's say at some point, because at some point this is going to happen, we get a Ben Simmons endgame card. He doesn't need the jump shot 3 or set shot 25. Give him the Exum base. Give him a different release. Again, just change it up. Not everybody is going to want to use the exact same releases for the next month. I want some change in my team with endgame cards and how they're doing things specifically, but more than that, I want to see different cards in general. I really do. But one thing I do like about endgame cards is this. Okay, I do like this factor with endgame cards. Dark Matter shooting guard Giannis is 17,000 MT. I love that. I absolutely love that. Power forward center Giannis, the MyTEAM anniversary Giannis, for 10,000 MT. I love that. I mean, budget guys can build really cheap teams right now in my team, and I love that. I love that for the community. I think that is a massive W. The fact that shooting guard Giannis is probably close. He's better than RJ and Malik Sealy. I'll say that. And for that cheap, I mean, he is absolutely incredible. So I like the idea and what they're doing, and the same thing with Yao. I mean, this Yao Ming, you can pick and choose, but MyTEAM anniversary Yao for his price is an absolute steal. I mean, I'm just throwing this out there for you guys. Yao Ming is an absolute steal for whatever price you can get. I mean, 8,000 MT. So the best snipe filter might be just bidding up these Yaos a little bit and seeing if you can't bid snipe some of these. But I'm saying, the point of what I'm saying is that Yao Ming, the cheapest Yao right now, is 9,000 MT. And he is absolutely elite. So even if you've just started the game, you can start with Devin Booker. You can get Giannis. You can get Yao. And you can just build off of those guys. And I feel like you can have a lot of success from there up. But again, I just wish the variety was a little different. I wish they would still change it up just a little bit. I don't mind that, though. That's the one part of it I like, is that everybody can use Yao, who's a top center in the game. People can use different varieties of Giannis, who's going to be a top shooting guard, small forward, power forward, whatever you want to do. I like that part about it. But my whole thing is, look, 2K. And the content's not been bad, so I'm not saying it has been. But we've got a month left of this game. Why not on Monday drop a batch of 10 season rewind players? Why not on Wednesday do the same thing? I'm just trying to find ways for 2K to excel their content. Some people probably love these endgame cards. I love the fact that everybody can use them. But we need some actual players from the NBA. That's my whole point. We need some players from the NBA. Jay Crowder had a season rewind card last year. I mean, who is the best Jay Crowder card we've seen this year that is buyable? The Flash one? I mean, come on, 2K. We've got to end this and this year well. And I think endgame cards have potential, but there's got to be more with it this season. That's my opinion. In an ideal world, we get drops on Monday, we get drops on Wednesday, or if they want to make those cards grindable, I'm okay with that as well. If they drop 7 players, make 3 players grindable, I'm fine with that as well. But we need more total cards in my team this season. People are getting tired of the same sigs, the same releases, the same, great cards. Change it up a little bit. Give us some of these cards from the season. I need a D-Lo to use. I need a new cat to use. I would love a new Jaden McDaniels, although he does have a decent card. Gobert, I would love to use Mr. Gobert now that he's on the Timberwolves. And I'm sure a lot of people have the same opinions for their specific teams. That's just my opinion on things. I want to know your guys' thoughts down below in the comments. I don't hate the endgame cards. I just think there's a slight problem with them and that 2K could make some minor adjustments to really ramp up the content here. Drop a like on the video, subscribe if you are new, and as always, man, I love you guys, and have a blessed day.